Roblox has a crap ton of games on their platform, and the two obvious ones that I play on my channel are Forsaken and Pillar Chase. Now, these two games fall under the asymmetrical horror game category, which is a multiplayer game where players have significantly different roles, abilities, and objectives that create an uneven playing field. Now, there's a purposeful imbalance between the two sides that adds to the core gameplay and horror experience. Okay, well, that's even if you want to call these Roblox horror games scary. They're not that scary. My point is that there's a bunch of them on Roblox, so we're going to be taking 8 of them, and we're going to be putting them on a tier list. And we're starting with none other than Forsaken. Now, before I do start this, I do want to shout out my buddy Not James. He stuck with me throughout this entire thing, and he's honestly just a great content creator, so I encourage you to not only subscribe to me, but also him. I'll link him down in the description. But enough with all the yapping, let's get into Forsaken. Now, before I start, I do want to clarify that we're just looking at whatever's presented to us when we join the game. We're not looking at the development team, future updates, anything like that. We're not looking at. It's just what we see when we play the game. Now, if you don't know what Forsaken is miraculously, then it's a 1v8 game where there's 1 killer and 8 survivors. Now, currently, there's 4 killers to choose from and 10 survivors to choose from. Each survivor has their own abilities to fight off against the killer, and when I say fight off the killer, I mean literally punch the shit out of the killer. As for the killers, they're kind of just like super buff survivors that have the objective to kill everyone else, while the survivors have the objective to survive for roughly 4 minutes, and they can help themselves do that by reducing the timer by doing generators. Now, those are some fairly simple concepts, which is the only thing that this game does. There's nothing else to the gameplay. However, there is leveling in this game, and that is something that a lot of these asymmetrical horror games lack, because this leveling gives this game so much replayability. For every 25 levels you gain on a character, you earn a milestone skin, and you can get up to 4 of these for each character. Well, the ones that have milestone skins. Sorry, Taff. This gives you a good reason to play the game, because it's definitely given me a good reason to play the game. There's also a bunch of skins and achievements that you can earn throughout playing the game, so that's another plus. Aside from this game's notoriously accurate hitboxes.
It's against the law.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That should not have hit. Bro, none of these should be hitting you.
Oh my god, if you saw it on my screen.
Not even on my screen they should be hitting you. I'm gonna be so for real.
Oh my god.
How are these hitting you?
Oh my god. And whatever happened here, it's actually a really good game, and it's definitely worth giving a shot. So it earns itself an S tier. Now let's move on to our next game, Pillar Chase. But before we do that, James and I had to take a minor detour.
Look, it's so cool.
What is... What is the top spender's avatar? What? They spent 19,000.
No, we got the baddest bitches in the bag.
Baddest bitches. What
This
are
girl
these?
actually has
What are these from? Like, what are these actually from? Where's the pants? They supplied me with everything but the pants.
I think there's a reasoning for that.
Okay, now we get into Pillar Chase. Pillar Chase is going through some rough patches right now, which pains me to see because this is how my channel started. There should be a lot more, but currently there's 13 killers in the game, each of them having their own unique and highly detailed model. As for how they play out, well, some of them make me just want to...
I don't want to make it first person.
Fuck, I parried too early. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I hate this fucking killer, dude. He has too much stamina. And some of them are actually not that bad to get away from. Survivors have perks, which I made a whole tier list on, by the way, you should check it out, that help them survive. They also have a slide mechanic, which launches them a little too far for a slide that helps them get away as well. The only issue I find with this game is that it takes forever to get killer. Like, it literally takes so freaking long. But when you do get killer, it's actually a really fun experience. So that makes up for the wait. The current state the game is in, I just can't give it anything higher than an A because the items don't even hold properly. Tell me why my flashlight is pointing sideways. Regardless from these bugs and this new lack of killers, the game is still really fun and it's not bad at all. And it definitely doesn't deserve anything lower than an A. So it lands itself in A tier. Now let's move on to our next game, Pwned by 14. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, this game is boring as fuck. James and I unironically had more fun playing Spleef in the lobby than playing the actual game itself.
I feel like most games have potential, but like this one definitely has potential. Oh, being a pussy. I'm just kidding.
This is the Fall Guys strategy.
Why did they regenerate back so fast? Oh god, fuck.
Here, I'll drop down. Fuck. Okay.
Fuck. This is more fun.
Oh my god!
This is more fun than the actual game.
I know!
No!
Ah, you suck! Like James said, this game has a crap ton of potential. Like, seriously, it looks so cool and it's so well designed. but there's literally 6 characters in the game, and 2 of them are killers. Not only that, but apparently there's a bug where if you play Prototype, you just can't earn any killer chance. And that's a big issue because Prototype is the starter character. Well, I guess there's 2 starter characters, but I played Prototype majority of the time. There's also no objectives to do in the game, so you kind of just run around and survive for 4 minutes, which is obviously really boring if you're playing someone like Prototype because he literally just runs around using his coils. He can't really do anything to the killer. That isn't to say that the killer experience in this game isn't fun, because it is pretty fun. I think this game just has so much potential. The only thing it needs is to add more characters and maybe some objectives so there's something to do in the game. Other than that though, I'm giving this game a C tier. Now let's move on to our next game, Piggy. The OG Roblox game, the Granny ripoff. The Granny ripoff that locks the ever-loving frick in and actually becomes an interesting storyline with nice gameplay. They're doing collabs with like Megan and stuff, and those events are fun too. If you don't know how Piggy gameplay works, then the Piggy, or the Granny of the game, has to hunt down all the players which are trying to escape the map by finding keys and cogwheels and notes to ultimately unlock the quote-unquote front door, or whatever the exit for that map is. Both the Piggy and the player have a bar on the side of their screen that fills up to 10, which you can use on abilities for the survivor or traps for the Piggy. The game seems fairly balanced, with the Piggy not being able to go through vents and being slower than the player, while also having the traps to keep the players out of certain areas and get them down. Not to mention that the storyline is actually really intriguing, and I won't spoil it for you, but the basis is that you're a police officer looking for a lost person, but you find out that this infection broke out after getting knocked out. There's enough story to be playing through this game for a while, and in a private server playing against a bot, it's actually a really fun time. I would genuinely recommend this game, and it'd feel like a crime to give this anything less than an S tier. Next up, Banana Eats. Me personally, I just find this game bad. It's so killer-sided, like, you just can't run away from the killer. They're just way faster than you. You get 3 hits until you're completely eaten by the banana, and when you're about to get hit, it slows you down, and then you take the heart, and then you start running away really fast. The only thing to counter the killer is a vent that only you can crawl through, but then again, the killer can just place a banana peel right next to the vent and you'll get completely stunned. The lobby just feels like cash grab slop, and it's just generally not a good feeling game to me. James convinced me that playing killer on this game was a positive thing, which I guess is fair. Running around as a banana eating people is pretty fun, but that's like the only positive thing I can say about this game. It's at least decently designed and not complete slop, so I'd say it deserves at least a C tier, probably at most a C tier. I'll just put it in C tier. Alright, moving on to Dead by Roblox. Okay, the entire game was kind of just this. There isn't really enough players on here to get into a proper game, and it's kind of just a washed down version of Dead by Daylight, so D tier. We did genuinely want to play this, we just didn't think it would be so dead that we couldn't get into a match. Doesn't matter though, we're moving on to the next one, Die of Death. I really like how this game approaches the survivor system because it lets you choose between 3 cards, each of those cards having 2 random abilities on each of them. Though the end lag on a lot of these are more than questionable.
You know what I just realized?
Oh shit, let me move. Oh. The game has 5 killers currently, and my favorite is Artful. Each of these killers has a bunch of cool skins and a bunch of unique abilities that they can use. All the abilities that the survivors can get are helpful in some way. Well, I mean, there's the hot dog.
Bro, the stamina just got removed and said you have asthma.
What? Oh my god. How are you still
It literally just says I have asthma.
There's a few cons I have about this game. Like, for starters, if you're a starter, then it's kind of hard to get used to. Also, this might just be me, but the walk speed is like atrociously slow. That might just be me, actually. Okay, scratch that. But sometimes to me, it felt like the survivor gameplay was a little dry. So that was another thing. Other than that though, the game is really fun and I really like all the special rounds that are involved in it. The game is really solid and they're even collaborating with Forsaken. For what was supposed to be a joke game, it exceeds expectations and I think it lands itself in A tier. Alright, moving on to our final game, Fundamental Paper Education Survival. Damn, that's a long name. This game is a get the shit beaten out of you simulator because James and I died so many times. I even died to a door. Is that an exit? Yo, say less, big dog. Hello? Oh! I don't know if me and James have a skill issue, but I genuinely found it so difficult to survive because the killers were just so insanely overpowered. I guess it's lore accurate though, because I searched up what this was on YouTube, looked at the music video, and then figured it was just them killing their students for funsies, I guess. And I think the fun comes from using voice chat and talking to people.
Can I hide in a locker? Whoa.
You might not want to go that way.
Is that even
Hey,
a game plan?
What's over there?
A swab user.
A who?
What was it? Bubbles. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, why are you already
I don't
here?
know what you're talking about, bro. I may as well just like
Fuck.
doom scroll TikTok until I get.
What is this game?
No. Go on. No. Oh, whoa. Go on. No. Keep. No. Yeah.
What is this game?
I'll just be over here. No. No. Go back. Whoa. Stop aiming that at me. Stop aiming at them. Yeah. Get it. Shoot.
The killer experience though is super fun for no reason at all. Once you rack up enough killer chance, you can be randomly selected as one of the 3 teachers in the game. Those being Miss Thavel, Miss Bloomy, and Miss Circle. Miss Thavel is feral for some reason, Miss Bloomy is a sniper, and Miss Circle is a barbarian. When I played, I got to play Miss Circle, and she was really fun. I actually really enjoyed just going on a rampage and murdering everybody in sight, including James.
James. James. No. Mind rage fell
So you
out.
lost me. Piece of shit. Loser.
Behind you, buddy. Hiya.
None of the teachers though compare to this thing. Their name is Alice, and they just kill everything in sight. It's not even fun to go against them. Overall, the game is fun like 75% of the time when you're not getting mauled, so I'm gonna give it a B tier. James struggled a crap ton because I don't know if this game's mobile support is good, and he just didn't really have fun. That brings this video to an end though. I really hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, make sure to subscribe. And subscribe to James too, because we did spend 5 hours playing all these games, and I really hope you guys agree with the tier list, because if you don't, it doesn't really matter to me. It's not going to affect my life. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I hope you all have a good day. See you later.